Person doing the last time this time is Kenneth. Go.
Yeah, last time we were exploring the churchy, schooly sort of mysterious building that popped up. And there was a worm-based guy that wanted to see what made Locke tick. And a fight ensued, and I got to watch from inside an invisible cage.
Yep.
Then the place sort of imploded from existence, I believe, and a giant mass of stained glass from all the windows formed into this giant monstrosity that's apparently pursuing us.
Or at least is angry and he's in your general vicinity. Yep. You also picked up books that were really weird. And almost kind of not really solved a puzzle.
Almost kind of not really.
Yes.
Almost not really means we actually did, but barely.
Don't think that's how that works, but okay.
We almost not really did it.
Alrighty. So, we ended last session before a roll of the initiative, and then we did a roll of the initiative before the recording started. And this is the moment for all of you to decide between your characters what you are going to do. As this big monster guy is not in a happy place, and combat will ensue. However, Cad may have the first turn, being first in the initiative, but this creature is legendary in nature, and as such, he is going to spend his a legendary action to use a move on the first turn. And I have some custom effects and things to do with this guy that are interesting, so should be fun. He is going to roar, and a somewhat sort of multicolor light aurora borealis kind of a thing is going to cover the snowy area in a 60-foot radius around him, which is just enough to cover you guys. Yay.
Oh, Jesus.
And this, remember how when you were inside the house wanted to keep you inside?
I mean, I wouldn't define it as a house, but yeah.
Mansion, house, same thing. School.
Mysterious location.
It wanted to keep you inside. Well, this is a sort of mini gravity effect. He is going to attempt to pull everyone closer to him.
Oh no! Oh no!
Not a big fan of that.
Strength save, everyone.
Oh, I have a -2 in strength.
But you have a
Is it
+4.
Save?
Strength save, yes.
Yeah, so you do get a +4.
Oh, good.
Can I instinctively enter rage?
Yes.
Alright.
Sure.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so with a +4 for me,
Choose
it
the
turns into
combat.
15 for me.
Wasn't there something that I could choose to start combat with rage already on?
As long as you attack.
If I'm surprised at the beginning of combat and I'm not incapacitated, I can act normally on my first turn, but only if I enter rage before doing anything else. I guess it's on my turn. So I guess it would technically not be an advantage.
Not yet. Okay, so
So 19 from Locke.
19
15
from
plus
Locke.
4.
Bjorn didn't roll with the +4 either, so that's 21 from Bjorn with the +4.
No, it's got a 4 on there, doesn't it?
It does from your own strength score, but not from Silver's bonus.
Where are you getting from?
I see.
24.
22. Wait, 21. Sorry. Silver has hers bonus already, so 12. And then Cad's is 14.
We all passed. It was DC 11.
That's still young.
No, I still got 2 more.
I'm at DC 6.
Then Oak.
D-
Well then.
Oak's like, nope, I'm out.
Okay, so.
Does he pull against it so hard that he flings the other direction away from him?
No.
Oh.
So with that, the ones that succeeded were Locke, Bjorn, Locke, Bjorn, and Oak. So Cat, Silver, and Yawn are the ones that failed.
Woo!
So you three are going to be pulled 10 feet closer.
Oh, joy.
So here. And Silver, yeah. And then following this is going to be a quick acrobatics check to make sure you don't fall prone. As he pulled you towards him.
Oh no. 13? Oh. Oh y'all, why?
Okay, well, everybody falls forward and is prone.
Oh great, we just face planted.
Oh no!
Face planted in the snow. For those of you,
This is going fantastic.
for those of you who succeeded, you don't go anywhere, you don't fall, but everybody, regardless of if you succeeded or failed, it is a very strange concept here because this is not something that's normally raw in the book, but it is now going to be considered difficult terrain or half movement to move away from him.
Okay.
If you move towards him, your movement's normal, but if you move away from him, you have half movement. Yes. You also see the remnants of the stained glass that was scattered about, and the snow, because this is a snowy area, is starting to come towards him as well, to sort of help signify to the actual characters the gravity effect of things being pulled to them. Now, Cat, you can take your turn.
All right. So since he's such a big thing, I roll like a cannonball right under his feet and spring up enraged and like surprise attack. Isn't there like a death from below or something?
For a rogue and for a halfling, not an elephant.
I mean, he's enormous compared to me. I'm just a little elephant man.
Are you sure?
All right. So
And it's half movement of getting up, correct?
Yep, half movement to get up from prone.
Okay.
So I think I can still do that and get to him. Half of my movement would be 25. I will, I guess, enter a rage and run beeline beside of him, drawing weapon along the way, and be ready to smack him next turn, I guess.
Okay.
Well, there goes the barbarian.
As I whoosh with, like, Doppler effect.
As you whoosh, reminds me of whoosh thud shit.
Oak. Well, there goes Cad. I guess we're fighting it. Locke? Are you...
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. I feel like this guy is going to be rather terrifying, and so I'm going to use something I haven't used in a long time that you may or may not remember, Locke. Oak will place his hand on Locke's shoulder, and a ring from ages ago on Locke's finger will begin to glow.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Oh no. Don't kill our cleric, please.
And that is going to be Oak's turn.
Okay, so my armor class counts as higher then.
Yeah, you get one +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. Silver, are we attacking it or aren't we? I guess we are. Cad's already rushing in.
Cad's in a rage, so we still have a choice.
What do you want to do? I'm following your lead, either way. So,
I don't know. It's not my turn yet.
right. So, Young is going to spend half her movement to get up from prone, so she's not prone in the snow.
You're just having that conversation while lying down.
She started to, yeah, as she was getting back up. And then she is going to basically ready in action to follow Silver's lead, whatever Silver does. Bjorn.
Bjorn is excited about this guy, and he wants to hit him very hard. So he's going to use a dash action,
No.
and he's going to go join Cad in this endeavor. So I will start wailing on him next turn.
Would it had? Yeah, I think it would have had to make you a dash to get up there to him, huh?
Yeah. He was about 40 feet from me, so I wasn't going to make it without.
Yeah. Okay. Locke.
Okay. Oh, then. Locke, being quite perturbed by events as they are presently unfolding, I'm gonna have him come over here. And since I am out of spell slots from earlier, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, you are.
I'm instead just gonna do a double pop of Eldritch Blast and hope that it does something. So first blast is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Second blast is a 19 to hit.
Yep.
So 8 and 6 damage. Poof, poof.
8 and 6 is 14.
Yep. Poof. Not a lot of damage, but I'm out of alternatives at the moment.
Alright. Silver.
Great. Well, there goes those two. She'll get up for half her movement. I guess she'll just sit there and go forward, because, you know, these two are attacking. And she'll go there.
Going to go there. Alrighty.
Yep.
Young's held action triggers, and so she is going to follow suit. She unfortunately can't do any kind of weird shenanigans to get more movement. But she's basically going to follow you. Though she does so with the predisposed notion of, I have no idea what I can do to that thing, because usually magical things are resistant to. And she holds up her claws.
Yeah.
Okay. It is now to Big Guy. Hooray.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see how much of a mistake this was.
Oh, enormous, unquestionably.
Probably the worst mistake of our lives.
Possibly the last mistake of our lives.
Taking my punchline, I was about to say that.
Great minds think alike.
I think He's going to roll. I'm going to roll a d2 for him to figure out who he hits.
Oh no.
Bjorn.
Oh.
So. No.
That is terrifying.
A
plus
8 to hit.
Not the biggest fan of that information, to be honest. But
Does a 16 hit you?
no, got a AC of 18.
By the way, wouldn't that trigger envy?
Yes.
Envy's triggered and goes straight to social media.
Right, it's a Karen.
Envy's a Karen. I love it. Like Danica's little helper.
19 to hit.
Technically, you would not have advantage on that attack.
Reckless.
You didn't do reckless on your turn, and this was a reactionary attack before you attacked him. Reckless goes for your entire turn, but reckless can only trigger when you attack.
On your turn. Yeah, okay.
your
So 15 to hit.
You hit him.
Wait. Do what?
You hit him.
Okay. Well, woo.
You know, I mean, he is really fucking big, so it's not going to be hard to hit that. It's like the broadside of a barn. You'd have to be really stupid to miss that.
So he goes to try and smack my friend 12 to the face. Well, probably not the face. The face is way up there, but anyway.
Kneecap. Clunk.
Alrighty. With that in mind, we have
A charming little elephant person.
yes. Yeah. So his turn comes back around. His turn is coming to an end. It's getting back to the top of the turn order, and it seems as though a couple people have made glass go everywhere as you have attacked him. You didn't hit him very hard, but dexterity save from everybody.
Everyone?
Yes.
Oh, balls.
Yep.
Well, I am raging now, so it would be an advantage now.
So dexterity save or
Dexterity save.
that is a
No.
5 for with a 1.
Silver goes to jump out of the way, and her shins are trapped
I
in
just
snow.
I just catch the whole thing. It's like
So oh yeah, I gotta roll for Young and Oak.
Jesus Christ!
Who all rolled a bunch of ones before we started? Sorry, go ahead.
I rolled 1-1. That's it.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Oh
So-
no, me and Young.
I got a rock.
So
Throw it at him.
so
Are you
the
okay over there, Silver? I don't think I've ever heard you laugh like that before.
The DC
I
was
I was breathing in at the same time.
Ah,
That
okay.
wasn't.
the DC was the DC was 16. So the people who rolled less than a 16 would be everybody but Oak and Cat.
How fucked are we?
You're taking half damage from this. So 2.
But I'm raging. Does that cut it in half again?
It is slashing, so yes, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 damage on Locke, is that right?
It would be 5 damage on Locke. Or 2 damage. You're right, 2 damage on Locke because it is warding bond. He failed the he failed the dexterity save, so he took 5 damage. But because of warding bond, he takes half damage anyway. So
What did he do?
the glass that had been shattered and thrown everywhere started to go and intermix with his gravity well thing, and is flashing up like a blizzard.
So we have a whirlwind of glass shards.
So the rest of us takes 5 damage?
Yes. It would be Young takes 5. And yeah, everyone who rolled less than 16 would take 5.
Oh boy.
And then Locke would only take 2. The one dexterity save, the last one I rolled was for Oak, so Oak would take 2. But because he took,
He's also taking Locke too.
Yes, so Oak takes 4. Okay, there's that. And now you can go, Cat.
I don't think that I would care about being stung for 1 point of damage, so I'm going to recklessly swing a couple times at him.
Yep.
Because that's common sense when you're not thinking. 20 to hit will hit.
Yep.
For 12. And then recklessly hit for 26 to hit.
Yep.
For, what's that, 11.
12 and 11. So, 23. Oak. Maybe, seeing as how everyone got hit with a bunch of glass, Oak is like, maybe warding bond was not a very good idea, but I think I'm going to keep it going anyway.
This whole attacking is not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, warding bond's not concentration anyway, so... Let's see. What are we going to do here, Oak? Actually... Yeah. Oak's turn. He is going to dip into that.
Oh.
He's basically wanting to use it to protect, to try to protect Locke from the storm of glass.
I feel so loved.
So I think he's going to basically put it not through Locke, no, just in front of Locke. They're more like that way. And since this guy's so big and Locke's moves are projectiles, Locke can fire over the wall to try to hit him if he wanted to hit him.
Nice.
Yawn. So, were we attacking in silver, or what? I mean, I could try.
Oh my god. Ah. This doesn't seem like a good idea.
You just hear yelling from the back.
Wait, who from the back?
You just hear yelling from the back.
Fuck it up!
You spend way too much time with the barbarian. You shut up.
Never!
About the time Silver gets it out of her mouth.
You're the one that pissed it off.
About the time Silver gets it out of her mouth, Yong's gonna go and hit it.
Okay.
She hit it for 8. Yay. She has no key points left for flurry. So that is kind of her turn or something.
Or something?
Yep.
Or something.
Bjorn, go.
Yes, I think I will. We'll do our first attack here real quick. Once I remember how again. That's how I do it.
Yep.
Good. I'm going to turn it into a Divine Smite using my last level 2 spell slot here. So that was going to be 3d8 from the Divine Smite plus the 1 from my sword. So that should come out looking a little like fucking that, I guess.
Wow. Okay. Well, you got your second hit. Your second hit hits.
Good. I don't have any more level 2 spell slots, but I can still get the 3d8 damage from the first level.
And don't you also get damage from your strength modifier?
That's fantabulous.
Your strength mod is what, 4?
Yes. I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So that is 16 and
13 and 16 damage.
so 29.
Not terrible numbers.
No. I have rolled better, but they're not the worst.
Locke, what you doing?
Well, there's not a whole fuck ton I can do, so, Eldritch Blasts!
Those will both hit.
Pretty sure both of those hit. Okay. 8 and 12, so 20 damage. Zoom, zoom, pew, pew.
Alrighty. Okay. Silver,
Hmm.
your turn.
Oh no. Why we gotta do this?
I mean, you did make the weird suggestion of trying to talk to it. You totally could if you wanted to.
When?
Back at the end of last session, you were like, I wonder if we can talk to it. You did say that. And it is pretty much only Silver who tried to come to a conclusion of what this thing is.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's probably not gonna work when you have people just wailing on them. Does it look like we've damaged it at all?
In the context of there's glass shards everywhere, yes. But, I mean, technically the wound would be small on it because it is so big. And it doesn't necessarily seem to be very... like, it is by no means, in shape or form, super hurting for health.
Do I
It's
want
not
to waste
concerned
my
with
last
what
second? Do I want to waste my last secondary spell slot for this?
It's up to you.
I'm assuming Bjorn is smart enough when asked to, he can run away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you yell out that's the plan, he'll roll with it.
Alright. I'll hold off on that and I'll step in and I'll do 2 attacks and see how well.
Okay.
25?
Yep.
12 damage?
So your sword is on fire then?
Yes. And then a 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 does hit. He's big.
Oh. 19.
Remember how I said it was kind of hard to discern what sort of health he was at because of the nature of who he is?
Yeah.
When Silver has hit him, he's going to actually shrink just a bit.
Uh-huh.
Well, like here. Yep.
Yay.
He still is intimidating and terrifying, but it seems that there's quite a bit of glass around now from the hits that you guys have done, and he's not quite as big as he was earlier. And seeing as how he got smacked with the sword somewhat magically, and he understands magic, he's not going to hit an elephant.
Oh no.
Or try to.
Not our elephant, man.
22.
Yep.
23, yes.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna just put all this damage together. It's just gonna make it look more terrifying.
Okay.
It's funner that way. Halved, so 14.
Alright.
Make for me a con save, Cad, twice.
Oh,
On save twice.
Because it is 2 attacks.
Is that? I guess that would just be straight, right? Yeah, because dangerous sense doesn't affect cons.
You do get a boost from
What
silver,
is-
though.
Right.
Yeah. What is the con?
30.
Okay, one more.
Oh yeah, 2. 27.
You're fine. Okay. And now...
I beat on my chest with the end of my trunk. Okay. Yeah.
So, this is an interesting point. Whenever it's a challenge of magics to, like, resist or repel things or whatever, and there's an echo of me, I don't know where. I like to sort of roll against skills to denote whether or not that will work. So this is, since it's divine magic from Oak, Oak is going to use his religion skill to see if he can overpower this Arcana magic from Mr. Bozo. To see if the magic projectiles that is the glass that's everywhere is going to be repelled by his gun wall. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because it's 26.
So he reverses gravity and we fall up to the sky?
No. Basically what's going to happen here is, even though there's a 60-foot radius from the ice, or the glass tornado, now the glass tornado is only going to hit you guys, not Locke and Oak.
Oh, okay.
So, dexterity saves from everybody that's on the other side of the wall. So Silver has a dexterity save because she's up there.
Oh, right.
Everybody close to him, basically.
21.
There you go.
That's 3.
There it is. So that is with Silver's +4. That is a 17. All right. So everybody takes half damage. Yay!
Hey.
Bring on your
Wait.
2d4.
Since you got smaller, does that mean there's more debris on the ground?
That's
Oh,
a
God.
worrying thought.
Oh!
I guess that answers that question.
Yep.
Oh no!
Then we
Was that
have
6?
Take 6, but I take 3.
Yes, you would take 3. And then everybody else takes 6.
Alright, I'm starting to feel a little pained.
I like pick up shards of glass from the ground and like smear them across my chest. No. Never mind.
Yeah, don't do that.
I am almost at half health.
So at this point, Silver and Bjorn, roll me a d6.
D6. Okay.
5.
1.
All right. So
Rest in pieces, guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bjorn, you get a 3rd level spell slot back. Silver, you get a 1st level spell slot back.
But my first level spell slots have not been used.
Okay, so 2. 2nd level spell slot.
Ooh! Wait,
This is
What?
nice.
The glass that is like covering the edges of your skin right now, and like cutting into you, you feel a surge of magic come from it, and you got some energy back.
this
Huh.
is oddly nice, yet what?
Hey,
Yeah,
don't
go
question
like
it. Just kill the fucker.
Ain't that the weirdest shit?
Oh,
Quick,
also-
roll around on the ground. Do it.
This guy is going to regret being the man that he is when we're done.
Yeah.
So that is.
Hey. Okay.
I need to do some math.
Not math.
You're a monster.
Wait, didn't we find a heart
Here
in the
you
school?
are. What?
Ooh, that is a
Didn't we
good
find a
thought.
heart in the school?
You didn't pick it up or touch it or move it.
Yeah, because Locke said no.
Block.
Locke? Hey, now, come the
No,
fuck
A.
on. Come the fuckity-doo-dah on. You know damn well why Locke was hesitant about that.
What
All
the
right.
heart was this creature?
Or like a
We
Horcrux.
have no way of knowing that. That is all speculation, and it will avail us not.
It turned into a golem.
Well, based on my knowledge from the lore of Indiana Jones, if you took his heart, he got
He
big.
got bigger again, I think.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, if you take the heart out of the body, you have less to worry about. But okay, never mind. He's big again.
Why is he
Go.
big?
Go, Cad. Your turn.
So yeah, recklessly swinging for a crit,
Nice.
and I'm going to do. What's that? 31? No, 16, 18,
31. Yeah.
30. Yeah, 31. 31 with my first swing.
Okay.
And 23 will hit. Right?
Yep.
For an additional 12.
So 31 plus 12. It's a grand total of 43. Alrighty. That is
That's
good.
a lot of glass damage coming our way next round.
Yeah, it would seem that way.
I think it's a bad idea to attack this guy now.
Dad hasn't noticed.
Of course not, he's raging.
I think I've taken like 4 points of glass damage. Well, not
Bjorn
counting.
is concerned about the situation, but not entirely sure what he can do besides try to kill the thing.
Oak, who has a passive perception of yes, he's like, wait a minute. Locke, I don't know if it was just the glass and the sunlight or what, but they all just glowed. Are you guys okay?
We're energized for some reason.
I feel
Sorry,
strong
get me
again.
Weird fucked up shit.
Okay. Oak is going to... He doesn't really know what to do. He's going to get up here close to Locke and just sort of try to watch this unfold. Young. Well, Young is going to imitate her Young is going to imitate her elephant friend because there's not a whole lot else that she can do. Unless Silver has something else for her to do. But yes, as you established with Bjorn.
Disengage. Because I don't think we should be hitting him and causing more damage to ourselves. This seems suicidal.
Yeah.
But you guys felt energized though, right?
Yeah, but still, we took a lot of damage that round. Remember we got smaller, and now he's big again?
And we are, like, not bloodied, but we are bleeding.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're hurting.
Okay.
Don't feel great.
Why did he get big again?
Who
All the
knows?
blood went back inside of him.
Did we notice why he got big again, or did he just like grow?
Sure. Those that are close enough to him, perception check.
Alrighty.
9.
16.
If smell's important, I can roll it again.
No, you're fine. So Bjorn and Cad, though Cad's raging, so it wouldn't much matter for him. But Bjorn, you noticed that when all the glass shards came back to him, as he has that aura that's pulling everything close to him. The glass, as it hit him, seemed to repair him, much like Locke was pointing out before. He imagined that there's some sort of regeneration factor. He regenerated, he regrew in size. And by the by, after Cat hit him so hard, he's back to smaller again.
So that made 6. I mean, was it? 64 again?
So, Locke, or Young, having been told to disengage, is like, disengage in what? Run to behind Oak's wall?
Yeah. Anything is fine, just get away from him.
Okay. And, so bonus action disengage, and full dash Rar, she's over here.
And was that with half motion going against?
Oh, that's right. That is. You're right. Forgot about that. Let's see.
You can move 3 times in a turn instead of 2 because you're a rogue. Right?
Well, she had to use her bonus action from cunning action to get disengaged without having to spend her attack to do it. So she's got her normal movement plus dash. Her normal movement is 35 because she's a dwarf monk.
So she can move 35.
She can move 35, and she can get there. She just has to spend her actual attack action to get there, which is fine.
Just don't smack your face in the wind wall.
She ran around it.
Okay.
Bjorn.
Alright. So Bjorn will double check with Silver, like, we are falling back now.
That last round kind of hurt. It's up to you.
I mean, I agree. It wasn't a good feel.
No. But weirdly, with energizing. What?
Right?
I am so confused by this creature.
You know, maybe he just wants a good fight. But I agree with the falling back plan, so I'm gonna start making my way.
It's really hard, especially
No,
in your armor, because he's pulling you towards him.
Yeah, I don't doubt, but Bjorn's a stubborn bastard, and he's on his way.
Alright, Locke.
Okay. Well, seeing everyone falling back and seeing the bull hunky that's going on, I mean, there's not really a whole lot I can do, unfortunately, so I'm just going to keep blasting him with Eldritch Blasts and hope for the best.
You're good, yeah. Ooh, crit.
Well, a crit and a normal hit, so...
I was gonna say, did the wind wall sit there and help boost it?
No.
Okay, so 13-5 and another 13.
So 26 plus 5 is 31.
So... yeah. So... damn. Like,
Bad
2
at
out of those 3 dice were as high as they could get.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was the 2 sayings again that was inside the quotation? School/golem? That apparently we were inside of?
Heart. The magic. At the end of the thing, I did mention that there was a magical book and a heart, the golem's heart, or a heart that may or may not be the golem.
But the phrases on the statue.
The phrases on the statue were, the Lady of the Moon's slave must be freed, the Dreamcatcher must rise. And it's your turn.
Okay. Question. Can I see whether or not Cat is going to listen to me if I ask him to leave?
That's up to Cap.
Out of character, obviously, I would say that Cad blacks out sort of during rages, so probably not. I'm pretty much in blinders for our save the friends mode, I would assume.
Fine, I'm casting command at level 2.
Ooh.
On Cad and the Golem. So unfortunately, Cad is not getting my +4.
Because you can
So
designate
wisdom's-
that at the point of the...
Well, because I'm casting a spell against him, so that kind of makes him an enemy at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. So wisdom save, Cat.
And nothing would give me advantage on that, I don't think.
Nope, it's not a charm.
Aw. Wisdom save. Nope.
Okay.
But he makes it. Shit. Okay, at least one. She's going command to flee, which means you have to. The target spends its turn moving away from me as fast as available means, and that'll be my turn.
So, Cat, on your next turn, following her thing, she said to flee. The command that you have on your next turn is to flee. So, run.
As far from silver as possible.
Yes.
Okay. So, with that in mind, Silver,
Yes,
you tried to cast magic on this thing.
I did.
You've killed us all. Congratulations.
She's just gonna sit there with like her little flaming sword and just like with her finger like, hi.
So, he's going to attack you.
Oh, okay.
19,
Hit.
20.
Hit.
Boom.
Oh, good. Good lord.
How much damage was that? I'm not looking at the screen at the moment.
33.
That
That
are you
puts
alive?
Me I'm alive, but I'm very clearly hurting. Like,
So I am actually raging.
You are.
So that is when. How much is it? Where is it? No, not you. This. Yes. 3. No, 2. 2d6. She takes 6 less damage.
Yay. So
And that also took my reaction. But Envy also wants to attack him. So how's that work?
you can only have one reaction.
You only have one reaction. I'll get to you in a
Wait,
minute. I'll get you to in a minute. I'll get you in a minute, Cad. Silver, make for me 2 con saves.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's fine. My cons are fine. 20. And 20.
Nice. Okay, you're fine. Cad, make for me a dexterity save. You do not have advantage.
Okay. I'm guessing I still don't get Silver's +4.
No.
But the last action she took was against me.
Okay. So, Cad's reaction goes off, and he sends out the spectral protectors to help protect Silver and make her take less damage.
Still hurting.
You're still hurting. You technically did your con save just fine, and then we see Envy just sort of lurch out of Cad's hand, and Cad just ends up sort of catching it to the side. Envy does not attack, but she wanted to. had he failed his dexterity save, not having a reaction to follow through, he drops envy.
Ah,
Because I was gonna sit there and say, isn't envy a curse weapon?
Envy's not
not
cursed.
anymore.
She's just enchanted.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is
we
not-
have a cursed weapon hanging out in my pack somewhere. Probably being
Actually,
very
if we-
annoyed that we aren't making use of it right now. Like, dude, guys, come on! I could be making this so much more fun and easy right now.
He's in
That's
the
Yeah,
like,
but it
no.
depends
He
on
doesn't even know
you.
this is going on. If he did, he would be upset. It's your turn, Cap.
No end of turn glass
Oh,
shenanigans.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, dexterity saves from Bjorn, Locke, and Bjorn, Cad, and Silver.
Which would be an advantage, but not +4 for me.
Yes.
5. I take 12.
My friend having to randomly be my frenemy. Oh, I'm good.
I'm just trying to save us all.
Okay, so Silver and Bjorn both take 12 slashing.
And I take 3.
And you take 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that
You have to get
is-
away as far away from me as possible.
Can I do a Naruto slash run and hold my sword to the side while I run past him?
You don't have a sword, you have a hammer.
Well, club thing. I smack him upside the shin as I run past him. So I already counted out my movement. Since I have to get as far away as possible, that would basically have me go up and to the right, because that's away from her. He would be in my way, so...
You can
I
possibly still
would-
go past them. So you move, what, 50 feet?
Yep, I'd be up here. Because that's a 50 plus a 50, where 10 foot of it was not affected by wind, and the other 40 was halved. So 40 plus 40 is 80, divided by 2 is 40, plus 10 is 50, so I move 50.
Attack of opportunity, he missed.
He tried to attack... Oh, wait, that was me. I was going to say, Envy!
I'm gonna make a random roll. Can Silver put 2 and 2 together?
For what?
The, of, trying to understand that this golem was the magical phrases. Because the phrases was driving her nuts last session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can very easily just piece that together.
Okay.
So Cad ran away. Oh, I guess Silver's running away, but she doesn't look. I wish I had a ranged heal.
Healing word.
Duh, he does have it. Spellcasting modifier is a. What is it? 4? Because wisdom? Yeah, 4. So 2d4 plus 4. Heal for 6, Silver.
And I am within 60 feet, okay.
Okay, that's Bjorn. Young's gonna sort of. I don't know why she had everybody run. She's too noble for her own dang good.
Do
hope she-
what?
Noble.
Silver's not noble.
I beg to differ, or at least Young does. Anyway, it's your turn. Young.
She's casting crowd control. Back when I played World of Warcraft, my priest totally went "Bah!" and made everyone run away in the middle of combat.
Bjorn will continue with the retreat plan for now.
Alright. Locke.
Okay. Well, if people are still fleeing, How hurt are the people near me?
I mean, the people around you are at least decently in health, other than yourself.
Okay.
I'm pretty bloody. But
I'm pretty bloody, but good bragging.
You're also not near him.
And the plan right now is flee, yes?
Or at least retreat and not attack him.
Alright.
You give me an intelligence check on Locke.
Okay.
Okay, never
That's a
mind.
natural one. Fucking
mind.
nothing. Well, if the plan is to back off and not attack, then I'll have Locke pull out his scroll of web, unfurl it, and ready in action to cast web on the golem in the event that it attacks Silver again to try and slow it down.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Silver, your turn. What are you doing?
Fishing. Would it take an action for me to talk to it?
I mean, depends on what you're saying. If you want to attack him,
No, she's going to disengage and move away. She's
Okay.
like, ow.
okay. So disengaging and moving away is what your turn is spent doing, and then you can still talk to him. Because talking is technically a free action.
15. She gets this far. And yeah, speaking in Celestial, she's going to be like, return to your moon mistress, Dreamcatcher. Can I make a...
Make a persuasion check.
27!
damn.
We're sorry, we didn't mean to hurt you if you are the Dreamcatcher.
Okay, so you speak in Celestial.
Does it
And-
understand Celestial?
You say
Return to the moon mistress,
return
Dreamcatcher.
Return to the main mistress, Dreamcatcher. Okay.
And we're sorry for attacking you.
You're basically treating this big huge glass golem like it's a dog. And you're like, I'm sorry, good doggy.
Pretty much, yeah, she's hurting. She's like lumping away.
Alright. Well. So, this big golem thing just sort of looks at you and will actually sort of tilt his head, look up directly at the full moon that's above,
And it becomes aware.
and in a show of sparkles and glitter type things, disappears.
That worked.
It did work.
Silver's just sitting there like trying not to hemorrhage, be like, oh my god, that worked. Why did that work?
Silver, you alright?
No!
Kaduril comes barreling back down to smack it at advent. Oh, wait.
You need to get your rage under control, sir.
Oak runs, the wind wall disappears, and Oak will do this thing. Does he have? Oh yeah, that's right. Because multi-level spellcasters, he has spell slots he never uses because he doesn't have spells of that level.
Right. You can still burn them to cast whatever level spell that's lower.
So boom. Have 40 HP. Boom.
Okay.
And they just you just probably sort of fall over.
I am sitting at 60 health now. Okay. A little better.
Oof.
That was rough. Everyone alive?
More or less.
And sort of cools down. Did we win?
Kind of.
Oh, good.
That was not a fun monster if you were just single hit.
No, it's not.
Ugh.
Now I will tell you, if Silver hadn't said exactly what she said, or she rolled an absolute garbage persuasion check,
She probably would have died.
that would not have worked, and she would have definitely died.
Mm.
Because
I noticed that the
Because
more,
I was sitting at 20 health when
the
I
more
said
people
it.
that were there, the less damage was rolled. Was that a coincidence?
Nope. Basically what I did was I sort of fudged the numbers in some places, but basically the idea was whatever damage he took in a given turn was then divided by 4 and then divided amongst divided by the number of people within range, and then I took that final number and rolled it as multiple d4s.
Hmm.
But had that not happened, it would have been
One person.
51 divided by 4,
25, 12
12
if you're rounding
d4s.
down.
12 d4s.
Yeah.
Or
only had
just
20
silver.
Yeah. Oh, and what damage you guys didn't take from the d4s, he took back as health.
That makes sense.
Ah.
That's why he
So
grew.
killing him would have been quite difficult.
Yeah.
He
It's like,
was-
oh, this guy's regenerating.
Mhm.
Shit.
It's a shame I'm not like a magical barbarian, and then you guys say something about regaining spell slots, and I like roll around in a rage on the ground and get like magically wasted or something.
Alright, so that's done. Young's like, okay.
Silver just sits on the floor and be like, ow. Still pulling glass out of her.
Yeah.
Do we jingle while we walk?
No. But you do in the moonlight, which is not a full moon. I misjudged that. It's almost a full moon, almost.
I was gonna say it became a werewolf.
There is that element of, you know how sometimes when during like the holidays and things you can get covered in glitter and you sparkle and it's annoying? Yeah. You're all doing that.
Oh no, we're all vampires.
No, it's just really
Do
fine
not
glass.
even. Do not even.
Young sort of like I guess we continue our trek north or something? What are we doing?
I think we go back to bed. And Locke is going to start dragging himself back to the tent that he erected before all the shit began, that we got dragged out of.
So operating on the assumption that it is still dark out, Bjorn agrees strongly with that sentiment and will follow after.
Locke disappears inside.
Alright, Young's gonna follow.
Kaduril will also follow, because after all, we're heroes. We shattered it to bits.
Uh-huh.
We
Sure
did
did,
not
buddy.
shatter it.
By the way,
I don't know that.
Silver, you made the comment right after he vanished, but before Cad got close enough of you need to get your rages under control. Cad was still out of himself when you said that.
Yeah, I know.
Young's like, do you need help, Silver? You good? You want to come back to the tent?
Silver's gonna look up at the moon. And then be
Great.
like, yeah. Yeah,
Very
bed.
pretty.
It is very pretty. She, I guess, limps her way over to the tent. And then once inside, continues to pull all the glass she can out of her wounds.
Okay, so technically, You went in. I think the best course of action would be to restart the watches because you're all going to want to get a full night's rest to recover anyway. And even though the venture into the mansion took place right at the beginning of the watches, you're basically resetting your watches and you're just going back to bed as normal. So who's wanting to be the one to stay up to keep watch for the night?
Certainly not Locke.
I know not Locke.
Silver's out.
Silver's out.
Well, I don't have spell slots, so I can take first watch, I guess. How many watches are we having?
It'll be the 2 and 2 and 2. It'll be 3 watches with 2 people each. So, I think Young, since she's not got spell slots either, I think Young will keep a watch with Cad and just sort of let Silver sleep. So it'll be Young and Cad for the first watch, and then Locke and Bjorn, and then Silver and Oak.
Yeah, Silver would do the morning watch.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay. So, Cad perception. You can use your smell if you wish.
Yay. I like having reasons to have a nose. 13, except with my nose. 19.
Young's perception definitely sucks compared to her brother. She got a 6. Well, about 60, 70 some odd feet away from the tent, there is the sparkling of the glass shards that are some still there, some aren't. Some of them, Cad, you
What is
notice
with the square and the moon?
I'm listening to a story. What's going on?
Oh, right. So, Cad, with your 13, you sort of pick up on, in the snow, some of the glass shards seem to be just disappearing. The glitter goes away. You guys are still covered in glitter, but there's some of them that are on the outside and sort of out in the moonlight just sort of fade away and they're leaving. But otherwise, it is very, very peaceful. Cad, if you would please, make me a Constitution save.
Okay. 25.
So you're seeing the glitter in and around you, and it sort of sparkles in front of your eyes, and it sort of you shake it off, and you're like, wait, what? Yang, and you sort of turn to Yang, like, Yang, did you feel that? And Yang goes, and Yang passes out.
Okay.
Yang is now laying Yang is now face planted in the snow, rather unattractively.
Oh no.
Hey, Poke. Hey, Poke. Young Poke.
He's out.
Cheek. Okay. A normal person that falls asleep from being exhausted would probably still wake up if you, harass them enough.
Yeah.
I grab a shoulder and not to cause harm, but to cause extreme annoyance. It's like, yang, 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 yang.
Nope. She's out cold. Just gone.
Still breathing?
Oh yeah, make a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Oh no.
Pum, pum, pum.
Okay.
Pum, pum, pum.
Really good medicine check. Yeah, she's still breathing.
Okay. Didn't want some weird trunk to mouth resuscitation. Okay. I will, because that's highly strange, I guess I'll poke my head in the tent and see if I can get someone to wake up and make sure that she's okay. So let's try Oak, since he might have healing, get rid of ickiness spells. Hey, Oak.
So you go over to Oak and you touch to try to jostle him awake, and you notice as you do so that even though you're in the tent and it's surrounded by pillows and all this, it's like that after image of like glitter and flashes in your eyes, and you sort of look around and shake your head. Roll me a con save.
Okay. 27.
Okay.
Get out of my eyes, random like space dust.
Oak doesn't wake up.
I trumpet to see if anyone in the tent will please wake up.
Okay. Nope. No one wakes up.
What?
Really?
Nope.
This is not a good thing. What is happening?
Oh no.
What lemony-scented fuck are you doing?
What are you doing, kid?
Let's see. I'm looking through my arsenal. I don't want to rage. I don't want a brutal critical. Is there any stone that looks cunning? I can run fast. I could read a book. I could turn into somebody.
You could read a book. You could turn into something.
I could help myself to a trippy fish. It can't be worse than this. What do I do? I feel useless. I have a temple incense thing. Can I try and burn that and see if it has any, like, I don't know if it has any mystical abilities, but can I try and, like, burn the temple incense?
I mean, you could.
Sure, I try and burn the temple incense.
Smells really nice.
That's not helping. But it smells like what? Cinnamon's and some sort of flower. Jasmine?
Cinnamon and jasmine. Yep.
It smells wonderful. This is not helping. We fought a thingy from the thingy. I have the book from the thing. Book with, what was it, hymns and mantras?
You do.
It's from the place that was just the creature that just attacked us. Can I, like, smack someone in the head with the book? I don't know.
Who are you going to smack in the head with a book?
Locke, but not hard enough to really hurt him, just hard enough to wake him up.
The tap Locke and he instantly drops to 0 hit points.
Okay.
I'm dealing non-lethal wake up friend damage.
Non-lethal wake up. Oh my god.
Okay. Why the heck not? Roll an attack roll.
You get advantage because I'm prone and asleep, and also apparently, like, a fucking not in the house, I guess.
I mean, and I'd probably
You were back into the tent to wake us up.
Well, I was going to go in the tent, and everyone else is where they were, so I didn't figure placement mattered. I think by now Kaduril would pretty well be freaking out, so yeah, I'm also smacking him quite recklessly anyway, so critical.
Oh my god!
You put him in a coma. Nice.
It can't be worse than being in a coma, right?
Roll 2d4s. No, 3d4s because brutal critical.
Oh god, slash roar. 3d4. I don't have to add my strength if I don't want to, right?
Technically not.
Wake up, buddy! Wow, the ones tonight. Wake up!
Nope. Locke, you take 5 damage, by the way.
Do I wake up?
No.
Just have a bleeding nose now.
Rub some snow in it, you'll be fine.
Rub some snow in it.
Cad.
Hmm.
The glitter in your eyes is super annoying. Constitution save at disadvantage.
Okay. 21.
Okay.
Curse my stoic nature. Does Cad have any ideas that I don't?
Roll intelligence.
Other than documenting, today was a really odd day. I hit my best friend in the head with a book. He did not wake up. Sorry, what? Roll what?
Roll intelligence.
Cad is as lost as I am. Good to know. At least I'm in character. Did I notice if there was anyone outside that could be like causing this effect on us?
Nope. All you have is an idea of where this effect could be coming from is the glitter in your eyes that's like hitting you in a wave that seems to be wanting to make you sleep. You do get the sense that that's what it's wanting to do. It's wanting to put you to sleep.
When I know that I have to sleep, that's the last time that I'm able to sleep. Plus, this is tricky anyway. I don't know. I don't know. I subtract 1 rations from my character sheet and eat it for inspiration.
If you stay, if you're staying in the tent where everyone else is, and you're trying to rationalize what's going on, Constitution save at disadvantage.
21.
Dadgummit. Why did it have to be Cad that was still awake? Darn it. Okay, Cad.
I don't really know.
You're not going to abandon your friends.
No.
Would you leave the tent, or perhaps just place Young in the tent because she's still outside in the snow?
I guess that's actually a fair point. I didn't think of it that way. They do technically seem to be okay. I just can't wake them.
Yeah.
So I guess I would drag Young into the tent, and then, like someone with way too much coffee marching through their veins, I guess I will keep a vigilant watch around the outside of the tent to make sure nobody hurts them. Who needs sleep anyway, am I right? I don't know.
Okay.
I guess that's the best. I think that would probably be the best course of action, because at least they seem safe. So if I can protect them, then that's something.
Okay. In that sense, then, I want you to roll for me 3 con saves at disadvantage.
Determined you are.
There
11. Oh, technically, Silver would be my friend, and I wouldn't know that she wasn't. It would be a 15.
It wouldn't be because she's asleep. I don't think her auras go when she's asleep.
Oh, I thought it was just passive.
It is passive, but I don't think it would technically work when she's asleep.
Okay. And then 13, and then...
Yeah, I have to be conscious in order to grant the boon.
Yeah.
Aww.
Okay, so you sort of sit there and start to rock back and forth as the fetal position. It's like, who needs sleep anyway? And you're asleep.
Yay.
Alright, so...
It's a full party wipe, because we've all been crowd controlled.
Yep.
GG.
Cad,
Okay.
I want you to roll for me a d6.
I can do this. There needs to be a space. Is it at advantage?
Yep, just a d6.
Or
Silver, roll for me a d6.
oh yeah, do I regain like a second level spell slot or something?
No. Locke, d6.
Oh boy.
Is this how many days we're out? 4, 3, 2. Next one gets a 1.
Let's jam.
Bjorn, d6.
Oh.
I'm taking a long nap, guys.
So we need a 1 and a 5. And randomly a 7. I don't know.
These next couple rolls are going to be different than everybody else's because it makes it easier on my brain. Then that would be...
Oh, this is how many, like, diminutive glass golem vanity pets that we get, right?
No, it's not. Alright,
Oh.
so...
Bjorn
Sorry
has a
to
little
make it-
army of little guys, like, being menacing and, like, 3 inches tall.
He collects them
sorry
all.
To make it,
Just gonna-
sorry to make it complicated, but
Alright.
you guys are going to have very strange dreams, and you were meant to have these dreams all at once. That's why I was so determined to get Cat to fall asleep. And the D6s was to decide what dream you had. Yay.
Yay.
Bjorn
So-
crit succeeds.
Well, he rolled a 6. So, Locke, we're going to start this little dream escapade with you. And I will have some dreams for our NPCs on screen, even though technically they wouldn't necessarily be on screen. But for sake of getting the dreams out there and having them all shown, I'm going to say everybody's dreams. So, starting dream, we have Locke.
Alright.
Locke, I'm going to describe these dreams in a sort of vague, abstract-y sort of a way. Or at least in a
So
attempt
like long streams anyway.
Locke, you find yourself behind an office desk.
Oh, great. Locke's got a job. Just what he wants.
Yeah, exactly. In front of you, there is stacks upon stacks of paperwork. It's just a simple, like, wooden desk. And you are tasked to go through and basically categorize busy work for this paperwork in front of you. Roll for me an intelligence check.
Okay, one moment. Intelligence.
Yep.
10.
Okay, so it's not that great. You have a boss who appears to be a. You can sort of get some of the features, but not all of them. It appears to be a female dwarf. She basically berates you. You know how to do this. Get better at it. And she literally will like whip you like a teacher would and smack you upside the head. Intelligence check.
Okay. 18.
Ha!
Better. That's better. So yeah, you do a little bit better job. It's and you sort of lean through the paperwork, you hand it on to the dwarf, and she seems pleased. Keep going. Another intelligence check.
Working me like a pack mule. Oh no.
Smacks upside the head 3 times. At this point,
Can I smack back, or is that not allowed?
that's what I was waiting for. Locke, you as yourself, you get this desire to. You're like, she's berating you, she's humiliating you. You want to, step up against her and things.
Oh yeah, I've been picked on and shit like that a lot. Locke is not having it.
All right. So you were like, I'm done with this, and you are like to accent your anger, the like quill and pen that you've been holding that's been filling out all these papers. You just snap it in your hands. Everything goes dark. You hear screaming and yelling,
I suddenly regret my choices.
and you find yourself in darkness, and the only sound you hear is a somewhat feminine laughter.
Oh, that's not unsettling at all.
And that is the end of your dream.
Fun.
Did I kill someone? Did I just
Yes.
accidentally kill someone?
You went into a rage and you killed someone.
Oh, fantastic. Locke doesn't need any more guilty conscience on his mind. But let's give him any more just for shits and giggles. Why not?
So, the next dream we hit is going to be on screen for us. It's Oak. We see Oak. He's in darkness. He's wrapped in like binds and chains. He's like chained and trapped to a chair, and he's getting poked and prodded by these people that are like almost filleting him. They're like scraping and getting scars off of him, and it's just grotesque and just bad. And one woman in particular, who seems to have hair that is permanently set ablaze, is just carving into him.
Oof. Morbid indeed.
And Oak.
Wait, who is this? Oak?
And then Oak just sort of collapses. There's a brief flash of magic, and then Oak's back up, carving again.
Oof.
He seems to withstand it a little better this time, but it just keeps coming. It doesn't stop. He collapses again. Flash of magic, and he's back. And then it happens again, and again, and again. And Oak just, he doesn't know what to do with it. And the room starts to get faded and dark and blackness, just like the Locke. And we hear on screen thunder crack. And that's Oak's dream. Next dream is a Bjorn, or not Bjorn, Yang. Yang. We see Yang with her gauntlets and magic, and or not magic, she doesn't have magic. She has her wielded gauntlets, and she's in this foray, this big foray of people dressed as like military, and there's horns on their armor, and they're just going in on full force. It's like Yang's a soldier or something, and she is going to make an attack roll because that's her thing to do. She is following her enemy, just knocking them out as best she can. But there's something about this that just, the people here, the people that she's attacking, she's not sure if she wants to take them in or not. So she actually would have disadvantage on her attack. But she does the first one just fine. She's smacking at people. She almost is starting to get in her element. It's like, what? She's normally not the best at attacking, but here she is. Everyone else around her is using swords and bladed weapons and is in armor, but she's not. She's herself, and she's using her claws, and she's just beating up as best she can. And
The one time that Young is being great, it's in a dream.
in a dream. She fails and misses the next time, and it flashes in front of her face, and the person she was hitting was not some like ogreish looking person, but a young human woman, and she stumbles and falls forward, and she ends up crushing this little flower, this very pretty flower that was on the ground, and her dream goes to darkness.
Something fucky this way happens.
Yes.
Cat, your turn.
Yay!
So, Cad, it's one of those dream moments where you feel like you're at home. This isn't your home. This isn't even a place you recognize. Although vaguely, it does remind you of Alessandra's library back in Yukiyegi. And you sort of go off and you go to you leave this library home, and you see an image of maybe an elf, maybe it's Alessandra. You can't quite tell. That sort of faded out. And you make your way to a big magic cathedral, almost, but not the one that you fought in previously.
Another big magic cathedral. Does it make another big magic stained glass golem?
No.
Okay.
But you're in class. Locke was doing busy work. Cad's in class.
Fun.
And you see all these elves and other people around you. They're parading. I'm getting an echo. Okay, it's gone. They're just humiliating and berating you, and they do not like you. They think you're just it's sort of like those moments when you had your big ears and you were surrounded by all the Loxodons who didn't have big ears, and they didn't like you for it. But Cad, you're the type of person to try to make friends, right?
If they're friendly, yes.
Well, these kids are not being friendly, but kids never are. Roll persuasion.
You want to quit picking on me and be my friend?
Some of them start to listen, and then their friends around are like, no. Just get away from that guy. Did you hear what happened with his dad? Persuasion check. Again.
But I'm cuddly.
They do not seem to agree, like at all.
Well, they're wrong, so they're lost.
Persuasion check again.
I agree you're wrong. We have so much in common. Or I agree I'm wrong. Wait, whatever. Yeah. I'm confusing myself.
You probably shouldn't do that when you're trying to get people to listen to you and like you. It seems counterproductive.
Yeah, it's not working. These kids are just... kids are snobby and bitches sometimes, so yeah, this isn't working. They don't really like you. The thought comes to you, Cad, since you're usually the more indecisive sort. You could just leave. This place felt like home. Or you could just leave. Or you could try to show them up. Try to show them you can be someone special, someone important, someone that they could actually like.
And give me a chance.
So you're gonna keep pushing?
That's perception. That's the wrong one. Persuasion is the other one with the P. It would be one higher, or I can re-roll it.
Well, this isn't a persuasion thing. If you're wanting to try to show these kids that you can be something special, if that's the thought you go with.
Yeah.
Okay. So it flashes and it changes a little bit, and Cad, you see a child, a young elf, probably like 60, 70, because elves' ages are weird, and he now has a hole in his stomach that is glistening with dark energy, and he falls over dead. Your vision goes to black, and you hear a creepy feminine laughter.
Oh.
I don't like it. I just wanted to have friends.
I hate you.
What? What's going on?
I know what Cat just saw. I am. Oh boy, that is no bueno.
We cannot discuss this until we wake up.
Right.
That is suboptima.
So Silver, your turn.
Oh, hi.
Silver, you see an urban cityscape. You know this city. This is, well, it was called by you guys as players, it was called medieval Las Vegas. The city that never sleeps. This is in Rydell. You're in the streets of Rydell. And
Okay.
you're making your way through them. You know this place like the back of your hand. But do you? Make a survival check. See if you don't get lost. See if you do know this place.
15. Everything's a little fuzzy. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. You make your way around and go down one of the alleys, and it sort of ends in a dead end, and you're like, wait, that's not where I was wanting to go. And you turn around and you leave, and you're sort of trying to maze your way through the streets of Rydell. You're moving very, very fast. Faster than Silver's ever really ran. Survival check.
What am I, on crack or something?
You're on skooma.
You accidentally consumed all remaining donuts.
Impossible.
Impossible.
I would be choking on dryness?
It's also a dream.
Good point.
Yeah,
18.
logic be damned. You're
that's
in
better.
La La Land.
That's better. You make your way around, and you see like a blacksmith sort of a place.
A blacksmith? Can I do something real quick? Can I look into a window or something? Or something reflective?
There's a few things reflective around, yeah.
What do I see?
So you look in your reflection?
Mm-hmm.
Good on you, Silver. You actually one of the only ones that had the potential of figuring that out.
Oh.
You look up in the reflection,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a slightly younger, but it is her, young.
An eye twitch and touching face like, what? What's going on?
You now are compelled through the course of the dream to make your way to where you're supposed to go. Survival check.
Okay.
One more time.
7. I am too freaked out that I look like young. Like, what is happening? What am I doing? Where am I?
You sort of it takes you a little bit longer. It's got you a little bit messed up. You're like seeing your reflection, and it's young. It's like, wait, what? And it takes you a little bit longer, but eventually you make your way to a shop, and you see a young dwarf female with like curly red hair, and she's just, come on, you can do better than that. You can do this. And
Do what? Who are you?
what? You know who I am. Come on. And your dream just fades out to darkness on that.
What?
And finally, Bjorn.
Oh.
It's your turn for the Doran fuckiness.
Yeah, it seems so, huh?
Bjorn, you see a forest. This is home. This isn't home you know. It's vaguely reminiscent of your home from way back when, but the trees are different. The nature of the nature of the trees and just like the various things in and around it. This part of you wants to say that this is home, but another part of you knows that it's not. And as you are sort of traveling through home, foraging a little bit, something you rarely did yourself, that was usually set for the other members of the tribe. out of nowhere, there is a loud woman's female scream, and the forest just sets ablaze. You run to get away, and you're having to. You know something about this. You know that you need to hide. You need to get away from this. Stealth.
No, huh? Not my strongest skill.
Yeah. So your stealth isn't all that great.
Nope.
You see, you go to hide in one of the bushes, and after a moment, there is a, for lack of a better way to put it, a zombie will reach into the bushes and grab you, and you see that it's the zombie of a furball, and he is going to grab you and pull you, and you have a chance to try to acrobatics your way out and hide.
I think.
Or athletics, one of the two. Athletics or acrobatics. You can either push him away or you can worm away.
Oh, it was which skills he said?
Either acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, athletics. We're gonna shove this guy back.
Yep, it's easy. You push the zombie away, he tumbles backwards. Just sort of. You're surrounded in smoke and fire. You can't even really tell where it is you're going. You need to. Your best course of action is probably hide. You don't have your. You sort of look to yourself, expecting to have like your armor and your gear. You got nothing. Like, you look to yourself and you realize that you actually almost appear younger. You still see you, but you're younger. And you're just, your only options would be to, at this point, is it either hide or run out of the forest.
I think I need to just, like, everything's on fire, right?
Yep. Everything's on fire.
Yeah. Then we need to dash on out of here, I think.
Okay. Yep.
Bjorn's going as fast as he can.
Yep. You dash out, you make your way out of the forest, and you sort of pass that threshold. You're coughing, and you're like this crazy fire all around you, and you see a high elf, someone you've never met before, and he just like he's beside you as you sort of tumble out of the forest, and he holds up a holy symbol, and there's a brief moment where you catch a glimpse that the holy symbol looks like an oak leaf, and he just emblazons it against the forest, and all of the undead hordes of zombies that were all around us and sort of making their way out of the forest, they just shatter and disappear. And your dream goes to black, and you see sort of twirling in the blackness that same oak leaf symbol. And now everybody wakes up at about the same time. Boom.
That was unpleasant.
Wait, why is everyone awake?
We were asleep?
There's a thing, though. Y'all woke up at once. Everyone sees that everyone is in the tent.
Why are we all in the tent?
Young sort of
Who's
gets
keeping
up.
watch?
Young sort of gets up and she's like wipes the snow off of her face. She's like, "Wait, I was on watch. What the heck?"
Is everyone okay? I couldn't wake you up. I tried really hard. Locke, I'm sorry if your head hurts.
What?
Young, sorry I had to drag you in here. Y'all wouldn't wake up. I couldn't wake you up. I didn't know what to do. I like grab the edges of my ears and like pull them down on the sides of my face.
Wait, slow down. Cat, calm down. What are you talking about? What do you mean we wouldn't wake up? Did something happen?
We were on watch outside, and next thing I know, I look over, and she flumps in the snow. And I tried to wake her up. I really did, and she wouldn't wake up. And she seemed okay, but she would not wake up. And so I came to ask Oak to maybe see if she was okay, but Oak wouldn't wake up. And then Locke, I don't know. Nobody would wake up. I didn't know what to do. And I just paced around the tent and then woke up a moment ago. I don't know what happened.
So before we jump into this too much, I hope you guys just didn't fully heal.
Okay.
I have not.
No, not yet. We only half heal.
Good.
Yeah, let me adjust my heal back.
You realize at this point, with Cad speaking, that you actually weren't asleep for all that long. This accounts as... These dreams were messing with you, all of you, in some way. You got the equivalent.
A lot of time didn't pass, or we don't feel rested.
Not a lot of time passed because Young still had snow on her face.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Bingo.
So we get the equivalent of a short rest?
You got the equivalent of a short rest. Yes. Though you do all suffer. It's just those dreams were messing with your head. You all have a point of exhaustion.
So that's what, skill checks at disadvantage?
Attack rolls and skill checks at disadvantage, I believe. I believe it's skill checks and saving throws. I'll have to double check on the specifics of that. But, yeah.
But we're all exhausted.
Silver's just, like, really visibly confused, just staring at Young.
So we weren't asleep that long.
Good, I guess.
Locke is gonna use detect magic. Look around. Look for anything that isn't the blanket of fortitude.
Yeah. You get some minor... It's very soft, but there is very much a magical orb like permeating this whole room. Seems to be radiating from the shards of glass that you are all still covered in.
Go take a bath somewhere.
Yeah, we
need to go get a flower first.
Yeah, Locke is gonna call that. I was like, I don't think we should have come in here with all this glass still on our skin. I think that might have been what did it. They're all radiating with magic. What school?
I would imagine it would probably be enchantment.
Yeah, makes sense.
Young sort of, she sees Silver eyeing her like that, and she's, what, did I not get all the snow out of my face? Or off my face?
I was you.
What?
What?
I had a dream where I was young.
Huh.
Well, I guess that means all of our dreams were something significant.
I guess, I mean...
Why, what did you dream? Did you dream?
I mean,
Who all here had a dream?
I did.
Bjorn raises his hand.
Young and Oak raise their hand.
Cad nods. I dreamt that I didn't have any friends.
I know that feeling.
Okay, what did you dream about, Young?
I was in a war. I was a soldier. There was lots of... She sort of... Her brain sort of pieces it together, and she's like, wait. If you... She points at Silver. If you were me... Bjorn, were you a soldier in your past at some point?
I did used to be a soldier of sorts, yes.
I think I was you.
Indeed.
Because everyone around me had armor that was similar to yours, and I was like fighting in a war or something.
Well, if you were me, there would have been plenty of wars to pick from.
I dreamt that I was working in an office and routinely getting slapped around by this self-absorbed dwarf lady.
Oh, you got your first job!
Shut up, this is serious.
You-
I was joking.
Cad looks very serious. But you did the extra credit, right?
How the hell am I supposed to know? I don't know how that stuff works. The body was on autopilot. It was only after she slapped me 3 times and I got angry and decided to slap back that shit got weird, and then I woke up. What did you dream about?
Who's he asking?
Cat.
I was trying to make friends, and they weren't very kind to me, and I patiently tried, and I couldn't befriend any of them, really, and I don't really understand what happened at the end, but...
What happened?
Someone's stomach did something. It was, what, black? And then everything was black. And then laughing. I don't know. I don't remember. It was something like that.
Locke has visibly gone pale, by the way.
You okay, Locke?
I know what he saw.
What did he see?
He was me.
Oh. So what, we've sat here and had dreams of through each other's point of view?
Yeah. Through this whole thing, Oak has been quiet, as everyone's sort of discussing this. Oak's been quiet, and he's sort of just rubbing at his arms, at his shoulders.
Bjorn, what did you dream about?
I was being pursued through a burning forest by legions of the dead. Some elf man destroyed them. There was an image of some sort of silver leaf I saw, but that ended there.
Oak, as Oak, he's still sort of rubbing his arms, and he's like, "This one?" And he holds up the holy symbol that matches the leaf you saw.
Indeed, yes, that is the very same.
Of the zombies' furbolgs?
They were, yes.
You or me. So
then the only one left unaccounted for
Is Oak. And dream version.
Silver. There is a river nearby, right? Says Yom.
Is there?
Let's get this shit off of us.
Yes,
Do you
I
realize
agree.
how cold it is?
I honestly don't have it in me to care right now, and visibly shaking Locke's gonna get up and storm out.
Okay, we all
Bjorn
just
will
go
follow.
and rush to the river.
It's several feet away, but you can easily get there. It would have been off the map on the main screen. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the standard map here. With the Happy Archipelago.
Yeah.
You're probably in the
So
vicinity
wait,
of like up
does
somewhere.
it just like wait until? Are we all just diving in fully clothed?
I mean, Locke's taking a more meticulous approach. He's like picking the pieces of glass out of his body and just washing the water over it to like help numb the skin to minimize the pain.
So you're like on the side of the river or whatever?
Yeah, he's like sitting by the side, picking the glass out and using the water to clean the wounds. He's not going in. He's not stupid. He'll freeze to death if he does that. We're in the middle of essentially the Arctic, so
I don't know about splashing myself with frigid water, but I will sit cross-legged beside of Locke and lay a piece of parchment on the ground beside of me and like sort of follow his lead in meticulously picking out the shards and laying it on the parchment.
Yep.
But it's dust, right?
It's in large parts dust, but There are
dust
still,
and shards and
there are
stuff.
still shards for you, particularly hardy folks like Cad. He's still got some shards and a thick hide to where it's not as bad for him.
Okay.
But like Locke's is mostly smaller dust, so Locke is basically taking out like splinters.
So are we able to extract sufficiently from ourselves?
I'm not gonna really have you roll anything because I don't know what you would roll to do that, but it would take a quite a bit of time and be a lot harder since you're all still exhausted. But yeah, it could be done. Young is gonna, like, just before everybody mentions the statement of the water is gonna be freezing cold, Young is gonna cannonball into the water.
That's funny because Silver is just gonna take her plate off and just like go wade in and just be like, I am done with this shit.
Negative 20 degrees, just how I like it.
Yep.
Come on in, feels warm once you're numb.
Constitution save.
Yep.
Probably. Ah,
+4,
And-
that's a 7.
I have a name for the episode.
What?
The title of the episode should totally be The Ones Have It. Seriously, how many ones have there been? Anyway, go ahead.
A lot. So Young cannonballs into the water and immediately comes back up. It's like
No.
That's why you wade in. You don't just jump in. The shock gets you.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Oak will sort of do what Bjorn or Cad and Locke are doing. Sort of meticulously pull at them. That's Bjorn's tactic for the water.
He's pretty used to the temperature out here, so he's not bothered by it. So he'll take his armor off and also wade into the river. Rinse his hair out, for sure.
Yep.
What?
Kaduril would be very attentive to it as well.
Yep. I think everybody is. This is gonna take you.
Yeah.
The Locke's reason is different.
It's gonna take you a while, but it takes you several hours. And seeing as how you didn't get a full night's rest, and you're probably looking at it being, by the time you're done with it, you do actually have a little bit of sunlight. It's now probably just getting hit 7 a.m. or so.
Do I want to try sleeping again?
We
Probably clear
probably
up the
should.
Let's try again and see if it actually, if getting rid of the shards actually worked.
Here's to hoping.
It might be a good idea, says Oak.
By the way, whenever I'm satisfied that I've gotten all out that I can from myself, having put it all onto like a piece of paper or whatever, I still have a satchel that I was once paid 100 gold in, so however big that satchel was. I want to carefully funnel the dust and shards into that and seal it as carefully as I can and slip it into Silver's bag of holding.
Okay.
So just have a little satchel of magic glass. Okay.
Sure.
You and
It's
your,
cool.
You and your Batman utility belt.
I don't know. It'll probably never help me, but I don't care.
We thought the same thing about the trippy fish.
Yeah.
And then you actually found a use for that, didn't you?
He did.
I made a, what creature was it? Snake. I made a snake, like, totally chill out.
Oh yeah, that's right. The snake. He just tripping out in the corner over there. He's fine. Yeah, I remember that. That made it on out of context D&D. I think that was one of the sessions David eavesdropped on before he joined us.
I believe so, yes.
The thing
I
is,
remember there being a big snake fight.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
I have no clue how it'll be useful or if it'll be useful, but when I have nothing to do but like go around not knowing what to do, then maybe it'll be like, aha, I don't know. It's
That's
interesting, it is different. It also gives you spell slots. in exchange for really freaky nightmares. But
So,
yeah, I don't know.
question. Did we all eat some donuts?
Yes.
For
3
sure.
donuts is a ration, remember? So if we'd each 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I ate a ration while I was trying to figure out what to do to wake you guys up, so I guess I would technically be full if it's not been a very long time.
You would have. Yeah.
So I'll pass. I'll hold up a hand and pass on the donuts. Thank you.
So we have 103 donuts left. And we have 2 chirpy fish.
And now dream dust. Dream glass dust.
That Cat has.
Well, you put it in your bag.
He did?
Yeah, you put it in the bag of holding.
You put it.
I thought he put it in the bag of, like, that used to hold.
Yeah. He put it in a pouch, and then he put the pouch into the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. So bag of.
I'm keeping it on my inventory so that I remember it exists, but it exists in the bag of holding, basically.
Bag of fuckery glass.
Sure. Alright.
Fuckery
Satchel
magical
of glass dust.
glass dust.
Alrighty. So, Young's like, okay, so what's the... I guess we're gonna try to get some sleep then?
Yeah, you and... I think I'll stay up this time. As first watch.
How much sleep does Locke require?
Let me double check.
Technically, we need 8 hours of full for full rest.
He would need a full rest to fully heal, guaranteed. Technically, he could do a short rest and use hit dice, but because he's got his spell slots back already, so.
And you also need
let me
rest.
check the elf traits, because sometimes because elves only need like some sleep. Let me see if half elves have that.
I don't think so.
I know they have advantage against like being put to sleep.
Let's see.
Wait. Locke should have been able to wake up. But half elves have
Magic
the thing where...
Magic can't put me to sleep, but I was already asleep.
Oh.
Yeah. So the magic didn't put me to sleep. It just made my dreams go to places I did not want them to go. I don't have the elven 4-hour thing. Yeah, I need full rest.
Yeah, if Locke would have been one of the ones to stay awake, my whole thing would have been ruined because Locke wouldn't be put magically to sleep. But
although, let's be honest, we all would have forgotten that.
Probably.
True.
And then the other thing is, it's not just health and magic and other things. You all got a point of exhaustion, so to get rid of that, you all need 8 hours of rest anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So yeah. So is anyone else staying up for watch with Silver?
Locke will.
Before I lay down, I go and I poke Locke. Can you ask your mysterious dude to like fill your dream with weird stuff but not scary stuff? I don't know how that works.
It doesn't quite work like that. I can try and communicate with him with whenever I'm channeling my magic. So I let Eldritch Blast energy swirl around my hand. So if I were to do this and try and focus, I could potentially send him some communication that he could respond to when I'm asleep, but it's inconsistent when he hears me, and even more so when he responds. Very useful when he does, but I've already sent multiple requests in the last couple weeks. I don't want to push my luck.
Oh, okay. It was just a thought.
Yeah. I'll dispel the magic and turn to Cat more fully. I imagine this probably goes without saying, but can you do me a favor anyway and not mention what you saw in your dream, especially to my mother?
Yeah, no problem. Of course.
Okay. Yeah, it was I don't really want to go into details, but it was That was the day everything changed, what you saw.
With a very serious look, Cad just sort of slowly nods.
Oak,
Right.
sort of speaks up and he's like, so we established that Silver had no, I had Silver String. Yang was Bjorn. Cad was Locke. Silver was Yang. And then Bjorn was me. So
I was Cad.
Yeah, the office job with the dwarf was Cad. I guess that makes sense. He does have that tendency to, bookkeeping and stuff.
Yeah.
I hope that all this glass being away from us makes it everything normal.
Same.
And Oak will go and lay down to try to sleep.
And Locke's gonna go out to keep watch with Silver.
And Silver, actually, Oak starts to do that, and then he turns to Silver, and he's like, maybe you can help me with me getting revenge, and then I can help you with yours. I don't know how useful I'll be, but yeah. Experiencing it tells a story of any more detail than when you told us before.
Right. We discussed this already back in the weird halfling tavern.
Right, I know. I don't know if you know anything about the woman that...
Woman?
Yeah, there was the one that seemed to be sort of leading the torture. Some
flaming hair?
Yeah.
She's visibly angry.
I thought so. Alright. Yeah. And Oak is gonna go try to get some sleep. Young's sort of freshened herself up as best she can from being splashed with cold water, and she's so speaking of ladies with fiery red hair, just in this case wasn't fire. Did you see a dwarf with red hair?
Yes.
Okay.
Said you can do better?
Yeah. She's an old friend of mine. Remember when I took a trip to see an old friend when we were back in Rydell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her.
Huh. Seems nice.
She is. Her dad's a dick, though. She goes and goes lay down.
Oh yeah, didn't we steal from... No, hold on, that's someone else.
No. I don't think we did.
That was someone else we stole that from.
You could have met him, but you chose to hang back. Young and Oak asked you to hang back, and you did. So you only
Yeah,
saw.
because we're good friends. We respect people.
We respect their privacy.
You met the party that was escorting him, but you didn't meet him.
Oh, right, we did.
Right.
Maybe.
It was actually
long time ago. Jesus.
That was a long time ago. Anyway,
So Locke is being jumpy.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be like, kind of has that like, understand look and be like, give some distance. So what, perception check?
Yep. Perception checks to look around, See if there's anything going on.
4 from Locke.
3. It's just
it makes sense from Locke. He's not really paying attention anyway. He's really just trying to keep himself awake because he's anxious and scared as hell right now.
Yeah.
This is too much white.
Yeah.
Which it seems like it's even more white because now the sun's up.
Yep, and it's blinding. It'd be like, I can't see.
But at least it doesn't sparkle.
Yeah.
Although there's a few places in the river that do.
Well,
You guys
is Silver going
going
going to address Locke's jumpiness at all, or
Nope,
is she
she's just
gonna
giving
let
him
be?
space and be like,
Okay.
it's like if he looks at her and be like, there's an understanding look like, yep, we all are going through some shit right now.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So
That when the watch comes to an end, Locke's just gonna stay sitting in where he's at.
You not gonna get some rest?
I mean, I want to, but what happens if more of those dreams start happening? I mean, we saw each other's pasts.
I don't know. Well,
I just don't want to have to relive my own, ultimately. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but even Cad just vaguely mentioning it sent me into shivers. I know I'm probably being really irrational right now, but...
no. She, walks over and sits back down and puts a hand on her shoulder and be like, it's very traumatic when you're young.
Tell me about it. I don't even really remember how old I was at this point. Of course, I haven't actually told you what happened. Cat only knows in vague strokes.
Which is fine, you don't have to tell us. If this weird dream thing keeps going on and it's like we keep having each other's dreams, you can just ask for us not to say anything if we do have that dream.
Well,
But-
obviously I don't want you to say anything about it to my mother. I don't want her to go through remembering that. I don't want her to remember the day I ran off. Well, I don't want to remember it.
But look how far you've come. Do you think your mother is proud of you now?
Oh, well, I imagine she is. I'm not stupid, Silver. I know that I've come a long way, but he sort of holds out his hand and it's visibly shaking just a little bit. But I'm also still a kid.
Yes, and what we can do is we have to accept the past for what the past is, because nothing's going to change it. We have to sit there and do better in our present, so that way our future can be much more peaceful than the past.
And that's what I've been basically killing myself every day for the last couple years trying to do. Really, it's really not an easy thing, you know?
It's not, but there's growth from it.
Well, accidentally murdering a child barely any older than you isn't really growth, I think.
I beheaded my best friend, so we were about the same age, so.
Was yours a freak accident? Caused from simple jealousy and vanity?
No. I was under hallucination.
Well, then...
I did harm a lot of innocents. Getting to defend someone, and in that process I killed my best friend, so.
Well,
It's always gonna weigh on our soul. But accepting it is a really good start.
Accepting it is one thing. Reliving it is what's scaring me. Even just the possibility. I can't grow if I'm stuck in the past. And if it keeps chasing me, well...
If it keeps chasing you, stand up to it.
Well, I'm sure as hell not going back to my hometown. It's not like I could just walk up to the gates of Sevenora, puff out my chest, say, "I'm standing up to you, evil past," and watch it all evaporate. That's not how it works. Flayed alive the second they laid eyes on me.
But you can show them that you are better.
Well, showing them's my side of it. Them accepting it themselves is their side.
Well, I can't really... If this Noro guy is some evil force to be reckoned with, then has whatever going wrong. Who says that there's nothing there in your hometown where you can come in and be the hero? Then they have to give you respect.
They'll never see
Because
me as a hero.
But they can't deny it to you.
I can sure as hell try. Sevenora is... It's not a good place. It's very extravagant. Like, at first glance, one could call it beautiful, I guess. Everything's very well maintained.
Stuffy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Stuffy as all hell. It's like the epitome of self-righteousness and overblown egos and superiority complexes.
Trust me, there's few of those that were at my temple.
Well, imagine an entire city of high elves about it. That's my home.
Well.
And I was the runt of the litter purely because... Sort of touch one of my ears. I was the half-breed.
So?
It's a very purist group of people. And when
That's
you're a
fine.
half-breed...
You can do a lot better than the purest of elves.
Oh,
Because
trust
they're
me,
all-
I know. I got that a long time ago. That's not the point I'm trying to make.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to make is... I can never convince them that I'm anything more than... lesser. I'll never be able to convince them I'm equal to them in anything.
Can I ask you something?
You may?
Are you truly trying to convince them, or are you trying to convince yourself? Because it sounds like me, it's starting trying to convince yourself that you're more. But you keep telling yourself you're not more.
Well, I honestly don't know how to answer that.
Well, if you can't change their opinion of you now, why don't you try focusing on changing your opinion about yourself?
You know what?
First.
You know what? I feel like kind of an idiot now that you say that. I didn't use the same words, but I basically gave some variant of the same speech to another friend of mine, the one I told you about before.
This Riven?
Yeah, her. She has guilt issues of her own. Pretty fucked up past. All of our pasts are fucked up to some extent, except maybe Bjorn, but I don't really know what happened with him yet. But...
Oh, yeah.
Weird getting a taste of my own medicine like that. Guess it's easier to perceive when you're on the outside.
Yeah. So how about this? We start trying to make sure that we believe that we are worthy enough. And don't care about anyone else.
Just the people that matter.
Truly.
Sevenora certainly doesn't.
Well, they can stay in their stuffy homes.
Well, I will say this. I sort of lift up a hand and some Eldritch Blast energy swirls around it. Any of them come after me. Any of them try to exact their twisted idea of justice over what happened. I'm not going down without a fight. I may despise what I did, but I can't make up for it if I'm in the grave.
Yeah.
Thanks for the talk. I think I needed that.
Come on, let's go wake up the next group.
Yeah. Locke gets up and goes to do that.
She hands him a donut.
I'll have that later. If I have that, I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. Sugar, you know?
Yeah.
Who
You can have it.
who was the next to go that watches? I don't remember how he said that.
Bjorn was supposed to be second watch, I believe.
Bjorn and yeah, it was Bjorn and Cad, and then Bjorn and Cad, and then Young and Bjorn and Young, Oak and Cad. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Okay.
So next to do watches is Bjorn and Young.
Is this dream thing only going to happen at night?
Well, hopefully this dream thing isn't going to keep happening because,
Yeah, sure. That would be good.
This is when
we got rid of the glass, so...
And this is when the Game Master shrugs his shoulders. He will neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, no. Okay.
Dahlia, I want to rip off your nipples.
She didn't do anything.
I mean,
But the female voice!
Everyone looks for an empty bag to put them in.
I mean, she's the princess of dreams, isn't she?
Yeah.
And we just had fucked up dreams.
So we're blaming her?
And we know she has an interest in the party, so until otherwise proven incorrect, I'm going to assume that it was that bitch, and I am going to hold the grudge and desire the summary removal of her nipples by intense pitching and pulling.
Yeah, we're going old school where you're guilty until proven innocent, until it turns into innocent and until proven guilty.
Right, yes.
I mean, as it is, I just don't have much evidence that there was anyone else right now. We don't really know of any other beings who are like that, who fuck with dreams.
It's fine. Alright.
And even if that's not the case, I'll want to do that anyway, because Dahlia is kind of our enemy.
True. Alrighty. So next to wake up to do their watch will be Bjorn and Young. So this is a Bjorn and a Young doing perception checks.
Yeah.
It is a really good thing that there was no threats for our little moment there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which we got lucky on.
Yeah.
Or someone could have been, like, standing behind the tent, listening in, and be like, ooh, these people are fucked up.
Ooh, these people are fucked up. I should not bug them at all.
Bjorn and Young rolled the exact same thing. 12.
Wow.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
Alrighty. So Young sort of sits, and she sort of wakes up, and she's, well, rubbing her eyes a little bit. No weird dreams this time. At least, not in the form of other people's dreams, I guess.
And thank goodness for it. It's a very unnerving experience.
Yeah. You said you saw, it was Oaks that you had, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know you don't really know a whole lot about the party yet, having just met us. But, remember when we were fighting Razzo, and how when he was attacked by the goblin zombie, Oak just sort of destroyed it?
I do.
That doesn't always happen. I mean, I'm not going to speak for him or anything, but undead, he's a cleric, he's a priest, he's supposed to be good at dealing with undead, but You can imagine that a past like that makes that difficult.
Indeed. It seems to me that such an event would be incredibly traumatic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame someone for having difficulty facing such things.
So all the rest of us had I mean, I can't help but notice that the only ones that really didn't have super dark or weird dreams were, I guess, what, me, you, and Cad?
Sounds of it, yes.
Because Cad's dream was just office space, from what I can tell. My dream was getting lost in Rydell, which, yeah, that makes sense. You were a soldier?
Indeed. My people were very warrior-like. We liked to go out and pick fights. I was good at it.
But you didn't like it, did you?
It wasn't... Well, I wouldn't say I didn't like it. I got the thrill of it, the adrenaline, for sure. But when my own people were raided by an outside force, it changed my perspective, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
I had to find some new path after that.
I guess Oak's dream of losing his family was not too far flung from your own, huh?
There are indeed some distinct similarities. I would even say that there were zombies involved in my home's destruction as well.
That doesn't surprise me. Necromancers suck.
They're not my favorite, no. That's all right, I suppose. This means that if we find any necromancers, we have to get rid of them.
Well, you might be pleased in knowing that this Noro guy is, in fact, exactly that.
And I very much look forward to stabbing him.
Right. If you're the curious sort, I'm not going to speak for him, but if you're the curious sort, speak to Oak. He has a bit more... Well, actually, speak to everybody. You could ask it of some people here, even Locke and... well, I guess really Locke. Locke and Oak and myself. And another old friend of ours, Ribbon, had a brief run-in with Noro earlier on in the adventure. But it's not my story to tell. It's Oak's. But
Indeed. Well, I think I shall refrain from asking. He seemed very uncomfortable with it.
I don't know if he's uncomfortable with his own dream and his own path as much as he was Silver's. I could definitely get that messing him up. Before Young will go and wake up the other two for their last watch, she is actually going to remember and realize something. And she's like, wait. So, it was the mansion, the magic of the mansion, and the weirdness that messed with our brains, whatever. I guess we can be glad that the books didn't do anything weird?
Right, I forgot we took books.
And Young will reach into her bag and pull out a book that she swiped when no one was looking.
I thought we all took a book or something.
We all did, yeah.
I can't remember what book Silver took.
Silver took a book on deities because she was wanting to look into the moon person.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, with that in mind,
Why is everyone quiet?
I don't know.
Bissell?
so Young will reach into her pouch and she will be like, wait. Okay. Craziness to be had indeed. I can't read this.
Oh. Bjorn will check his own book.
So, briefly, before we end the session, because the ending is going to be the final watch, I want everyone to go to the macros page that's got macros over the top. It's actually a collection. It's just to the left of the gear for whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a bulleted list icon.
Yep. There is now a thingy there.
Where?
Playing cards.
Oh, I
there it
see.
is.
What are we looking for?
Rollable table. Book. Down on the bottom.
Are we supposed to roll that?
When you decide you want to look at your books, yes.
Well, Silver's asleep.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just gonna. Does it
Bjorn?
like every time or just the first time?
Just the first time. Bjorn, if you're going to check your book, hit roll on that rollable table.
Okay.
There you go. No.
Well, that's lucky.
You can still read yours.
Nice. Bjorn is very pleased. There's nothing different about my book. Seems fine.
What language did it seem in the library to him?
Giant.
Okay.
Yep. Like, literally nothing has changed as far as Bjorn knows.
Nice. Cool. Alright. Well, I guess I can't read this. Maybe I could sell it or get Locke to read it or something. I don't know.
I mean, Locke can read everything as long as it has a meaning. So.
Yeah. Weird.
Can't Oak read the book since it's giant?
Yeah. Oak could technically read Bjorn's too. But Young's was in Abyssal. That's what that first roll was. That was Abyssal. Young's was in Abyssal. And if you'll notice, beside the little rollable table thing, beside books, or in between roll and books, you'll see the little number 21. 21 different languages. Yep.
Oh.
So, yeah. And just for the heck of it, if people want to roll that to see what languages their books end up being in, you totally can, because that would be funny.
Sure.
You're fine, so
Yes! I can read my book just fine.
Deep speech. I'm fine.
I'd probably look at mine on my watch, I would guess.
I mean, yeah, you could. It's just everybody was rolling the tables just for the heck of it.
Okay. Varvish.
Yeah. Cad does not know Dwarvish, no.
Oh. The streak is ruined. It was going to be this great thing where Young was the only one.
Let's see if Oak's book is readable for him. Nope. Silver
I can read that one.
Anyway, yeah, your books were fine when you left the thing, and then when the magic of the Dreamcatcher left and was gone because he disappeared into the moon, your books defaulted to a specific language instead of changing languages a bunch. So,
Right, it was a school.
Yep.
In order for the students to actually understand what the fuck they're reading, they have to be able to understand the language. So the language is shifted while within the campus premises. Campus is gone, enchantment's gone, the language is resettled to their original. That's clever, I will give you that.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, there is the step of the languages are not their original. The languages are random, because the languages were set on shuffle, and then as soon as the magic was gone, they stopped shuffling.
A lot of us got lucky on what they shuffled to then.
Yes, you did. Very lucky. But anyway, so there we go. Oak and Cad will come up to do their own watch. And we'll roll a quick perception check. There's no real need to. There's not going to be anything out here, but...
Well, we don't know that. Or we shouldn't at any rate, fool.
You said perception?
Yep. 33.
Holy shit.
I smell 18.
Okay.
NC 13.
Yep. So, Oak and Cad have their own watch. I don't know if there wants to be any sort of roleplay between those two. But Oak is very, he's very quiet. He's keeping a vigilant eye out like he always does, but he's very quiet. He goes to grab at his books to sort of look through it to distract himself, and then's like, wait, what? Stupid golem. Just places it back in his bag.
Cad would probably pull out the book and discover it was in Dwarvish and be disappointed and confused why dwarves would write Loxodon hymns and mantras.
Mm-hmm.
That's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Had would probably be extremely quiet.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have the more introverted of the group at this current particular point in time. So
I still remember when it was just a party of 3 and like all of them were introverts, so roleplay never fucking happened until something forced them to talk.
Yep. Pretty much.
Antisocial people.
Pretty much.
Locke gradually opened up for sure, but it took some fucking doing.
I will say that this was an effective way to get people to talk, make them have each other's dreams. So, and that was a lot of fun. That could not have happened any better. I love that Silver got Yongs. It's perfect.
I love Cad got Locks because those two are so close.
Yeah, about that. You two had I encourage you, Locke, to go back and listen. There is a parallel between you two, more than just you two are friends and close friends. If people don't remember it, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to completely give it away. But anyway.
Wait, what was that? I zoned out.
Nothing. La 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 la.
Locke and Cad's dream had one thing in common.
Oh, okay.
People dying.
Yes.
Well,
by our hand.
I think
in common,
everyone except for Young had everyone dying in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Young's was the only one who didn't have a dream where anyone died.
It was normal.
Yeah, both of ours, we were constantly being humiliated, and we killed one of the people responsible by accident or otherwise at the end. Great.
Yeah. So, I think on that moment, everybody does get their long rest, their full rest.
Oh.
And you are now going to wake up probably, I guess I had said it was like 7 a.m., so you are now waking up at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. Like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, that's something to keep in mind, and I will go ahead and say that the session can end there.
Didn't mean to click
All right.
that.
We will do. Join us next week. Will be. Let's see, David's gonna do the last time next time, so I don't want it to be him. Kenneth did the thing at the beginning. Silver did it last time. So Brian. Brian, you go ahead and do the This Has Been Shadows part, and I'll do the next time.
All right. This has been Shadows of Gradiriel.
Join us next time as the group continues their trek northwards to try to find the Lunar Heart Flower. The name that everybody forgot.
Also deal with our psychological baggage.
Can I put it in Silver's bag of holding?
No.
No.
Oh.
I wish it were that easy.